Hello, hello. It's Amir, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a overview and unboxing for the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game Escape from Planet Hulk Starter Set Deluxe Edition, which was a pre-order on GameFound about a year ago. Finally, this thing has started to hit shelves around the world in both the deluxe and retail editions. So whether you're a new narrator or you're experienced with the D616 system already, this is a great pickup so that you can start playing with your friends, family, coworkers, whoever. Taking a look at the box, the back has a description of the adventure as well as the included contents. All right, we're gonna pop open the lid here, and you're gonna see immediately on the inside we've got the cover art, but in black and white, which is a nice little treat there. And we're gonna take a look at some of the components here that are in the starter set for the deluxe edition specifically. We have 3 decks of cards here for the power cards. And of course, you're going to need dice to play the Marvel RPG. So here are 4 sets, with one of them being an exclusive black set for narrators. And then we've got the 2D acrylic standees right there for all the characters. Taking a look at the sheets, all of these are specially treated in the deluxe edition with a nice foil back. Both editions have some pretty good card stock for the paper, so these will be able to last some abuse or multiple different sessions with either different people or the same people. Character-wise, we've got Storm, we have Wolverine Laura Kinney, we have Spider-Man Miles Morales, and you'll notice everybody has their own little color scheme which will match up with their power cards later on. Captain America, Steve Rogers right here. And each character is either rank 3 or 4, so you're going to have a pretty well balanced party to start this adventure. Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff right there. And then you've got the legend Black Panther T'Challa as the 5th and final character within the starter set. Both versions of the starter set come with these pamphlets. So the first is the adventure, which is split up into 4 different segments. It's pretty straightforward. It teaches you how to play. It goes through a bunch of different mechanics and techniques within the game, so that way people can get familiar with how it works. Then we have the starter set booklet, which is an abridged version of the Marvel RPG core rulebook. It's not going to have things like character creation, but you don't really need it for a quick start adventure starter set module here. And lastly, both sets will have a powers booklet. This is going to be more useful for the retail edition, of course, because you're not going to have those power cards that you'll see shortly. Both versions also come with these cardboard tokens. They're double-sided with names on one side and some character on the other. So if you don't have the 2D standees or you just want to use the tokens, you could use those. And then we've got some small maps here. So this is double-sided with a grid on both sides. And this second small map is more of an aerial view. And this has a map of the maze that you'll be running through in the adventure. And lastly, within this, we have the massive, massive double-sided map for the later acts of the adventure. This thing is huge, genuinely massive. You will probably need a lot of table space here. You can see my hand right there for reference. This is a very large map, but it is very high quality. Here we have the dice that are included within the starter set. Both editions will have these dice. You have your regular heroic dice, which are the red and white, and then you have your special narrator themed dice, which are red and black within the starter set. So for all you narrators out there, you get a special pair just for you. Now, these are the 2D minis that are in the starter set for the deluxe edition. There's one for each of the player characters, and they all come with a stat card. So a narrator doesn't need to constantly ask their players for what their defenses and ability scores are. You can have all of that right in front of you. So these are the stat cards front and back. And I'm going to pick up each one of the acrylic minis right here. There's Black Widow. And this is how easy it is to assemble the minis. You just pop it into the little slit at the bottom. Now, a point of information, the standees, both the bases and the minis themselves, have a protective film that you need to peel off before you use them for the first time. Once you do that, the art will look much more crisp. Here's Cap, this is Miles, and the last one is Black Panther. And again, all the art matches the character sheets, so it's all one-to-one. Lastly, we have one of the coolest part of the deluxe edition, which is the power card decks. So for each of the 5 player characters, you have all of their listed traits, tags, and powers here. These cards are all double-sided and color-coded. So you'll see a character image on one side or a silhouette on one side, as well as the name of the actual power trait or tag. And on the other side, you'll have its effect, whether it has any prerequisites, its duration, all the other information about that power, trait, or tag. The coolest thing about these cards is that at the beginning of a game session, a narrator will just hand every player their stack and not have to worry about passing the power booklet between players on their turns. Everybody will just have their respective cards at the beginning of the game and can review them whenever they want and use them when it's their turn. The cards are also laminated and pretty sturdy, so they should last a while. That's about it. That's everything that's included within the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game Escape from Planet Hulk Starter Set Deluxe Edition. I hope you found the video useful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I will see you later.